And welcome to another edition of Durham Bulls Daily, which is where our Durham Bulls fans know to go the morning after every Durham Bulls game to get notes, highlights, and a whole lot more excitement like we saw last night in Norfolk. I'm Patrick Keenis, the broadcaster for the Bulls. If it's your first time, please subscribe if you can. You can do that on Apple and on Spotify, and you can watch this little vignette pod on our YouTube channel, Durham Bulls TV. Well, it was the 3rd of July from Norfolk on Wednesday night in front of a near sellout, over 9,500, and it was another Tides-Bulls classic. Cameron Miser led off the game with a home run on the third pitch from Bruce Zimmerman. That gave the Bulls a 1-0 lead, and it would stay nip and tuck, 1-0 all the way until the bottom of the 8th inning. Jeffrey Springs made a rehab start for the Rays, 4 scoreless. Trevor Brigden threw 2 scoreless, and then Kyle Witten, recently promoted from Double-A, threw a scoreless 7th inning. But with the Bulls on the heels of Tuesday's game, where it was a bullpen game when Shane Baz was held back, the Bulls used a lot of relievers on Tuesday and did not have many arms beyond Witten. As a matter of fact, they only had one. So they were looking to put the game away 1-0. But in the bottom of the 8th inning, Connor Norby signaled with 1 out against Witten, and then Kyle Stowers delivered a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 8th to give the Tides a 2-1 lead. So we went to the 9th inning, and that's where the Bulls' hustle and heart showed up big. Rene Pinto struck out to begin the 9th inning against Matt Crook, but the pitch got away to the backstop, and Pinto, who was caught all game under pretty intense weather conditions, sprinted to first base and beat the throw, reaching on a wild pitch. After a strikeout of Austin Shenson, Jake Mangum hit into a forced play at second base, but Mangum hustled down the line, beat the return throw. Could have been a game-ending double play, but Mangum was safe. Roberto Hernandez followed with a walk, and then Tristan Peters walked. Then there was a pitching change, and we saw Nolan Hoffman come in with the bases loaded and 2 outs, and then Morgan Ensberg, manager for the Bulls, went to the bench, and Bob Seymour came to the plate trying to keep the Bulls alive with 2 outs in the 9th.
The pitch from Hoffman on the ground out toward right center field. Diving to it is Vavra. The toss to second. Save! Safe is the call! The game is tied. Peters beat the toss.
That infield single by Seymour, the great hustle by Tristan Peters, beating the toss up at second base, tied the game 2-2. The inning would end. Cameron Miser softly lined out, but we headed to the bottom of the 9th inning, and Manny Rodriguez, the last available pitcher for the Bulls, came on. He retired the side in order in the 9th, so we went on to the 10th inning. Bulls did nothing in the top of the 10th. Rodriguez came back out for another inning, and he stranded the positioned runner at second base, striking out the first couple of batters, and then retiring Connor Norby on a ground out. So to the 11th we went with the game still tied 2-2. The Bulls had Jake Mangum at second base by rule to begin the inning, and then it all broke loose with Mangum's hustle and heart on the bases.
A look at second, and the 1-1. Half swing and a pitch in the dirt. Oh, Mangum's breaking for third. Pavolini throws off the glove of Maton. Goes up the line. Mangum is up. Here he comes. The throw from Goodrum. The tag, but the ball squirts off of the mitts of Pavolini. And Mangum scores to give the Bulls a 3-2 lead.
So Mangum scored, giving the Bulls a 3-2 lead in the top of the 11th inning. That was the good news. The bad news is, in the Bulls dugout, manager Morgan Ensberg and pitching coach Brian Reith and the entire team knew the Bulls did not have any pitchers left to throw, and Manny Rodriguez was not coming out for a third inning. So who came in trotting from the bullpen? Rob Brantly, 34-year-old Bulls catcher. We saw Brantly throw in relief to close out a blowout loss last week, but this is the first time he came in with the game on the line and the Bulls leading 3-2. So Brantly took the mound. The runner at second base was Connor Norby, and on the first pitch, Kyle Stowers hit a screaming line drive that Seymour caught at first base. On the next pitch from Brantly, Kobe Mayo hit a sinking liner to left. Jake Mangum made a sliding catch for the second out. And believe it or not, on the third pitch from Brantly with the Bulls holding on to a 3-2 lead, this is how the Classic ended.
Rob Brantly, first pitch, a swing and a pop-up. Did this really happen? 3 pitches, Seymour in foul grounds, makes the catch, and Morgan Ensberg is going nuts outside the Bulls dugout. Rob Brantly, first career save for the 34-year-old Bulls catcher. 3-2, the Bulls win in 11. It took Brantly 3 pitches. The Bulls are laughing on the field in utter disbelief. A line drive caught by Seymour on the first pitch. A diving catch by Mangum and left on the next pitch hit by Mayo. And Garrett Cooper fouls out to Seymour down the right field line to end it. If I weren't here to see it, I wouldn't believe it was possible. And the Bulls win on the 3rd of July. Final in 11 innings. Durham 3, Norfolk 2. We may never see anything like
a truly surreal moment at Harbor Park for Brantly. Morgan Ensberg's reaction was priceless out of the Bulls dugout, and Durham shockingly wins 3-2 over the Norfolk Tides. So with the win, the Bulls have taken 2 of the first 3 of this home-and-home 6-game series that continues at the DBAP on the 4th of July on Thursday night at 6:35. And the Bulls now in the second half sitting 4-5. We expect to see Joe Rock start against Justin Armbruster for the Norfolk Tides. Again, 6:35 first pitch between Durham and Norfolk on Thursday. An absolute wild finish for the Bulls. One of their greatest heart wins of the year. Durham beats the Tides 3-2. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Apple and Spotify, and on our YouTube channel at Durham Bulls TV. I'm Patrick Keenis for Durham Bulls Daily.